see so many devotees who come to Prasanthi Nilayam are people who are coming for the first time, people who have just known Swami and they are coming to experience Prasanthi Nilayam. And I remember the last interview you mentioned that there will be many who will have this natural yearning to come and see this place, to breathe the air he breathed, and to walk on the same soil he trod. And we see there are a lot of changes also happening in Prasanthi Nilayam to make this place more convenient for devotees, improving the facilities in terms of accommodation and food. What is your vision of Prasanthi Nilayam for the next 5-10 years?
I wouldn't say vision, but I think there are some practical steps which you have to take. So when Swami was there, the only and sole consideration was just to get the darshan of Swami. Food was inconsequential, accommodation didn't matter, whatever is given, just people were willing to take it because the mind was totally on Swami. But today when they come, I think they would like to have, they come in a more reflective mood. They know that physically Swami is not there, but his presence is felt. And I think the devotees who come, those who have seen him in in form, would still have a nostalgia to feel that they would like to have the presence of Swami once again. But those who have not seen him, but there is a great force that makes them come here as they go to various important shrines, would I think like to know more about Swami. So we need to really find opportunities for them to know more about Swami. We may have to perhaps think in terms of setting up a study center part of it. You have something like a conference center where people can really sort of have periodical meetings for devotees coming from within the country, from overseas. There's one part of engaging them. We need to really also provide some much better accommodation so that when they want to come. Nowadays, I suppose most people come in the morning and leave in the evening. But a time will come when people would like to come here as a retreat for 3 days or 5 days. So we'll have to really do that. So we are now taken up sort of upgrading the rooms here. For a start, we want to do one of the blocks in the north blocks, completely the whole block of 96 rooms redone, and with a lift, so that people these days when they come, irrespective of the floor they have to go, at least the age, they can still find access to reasonable good accommodation. And this has to be spread over a period of time. All the blocks will have to be attended to. And I think, as you said, what about the food and other things which people would like to have, some better amenities and things like that. Not that amenities were not there. The Swami had provided 3 types of canteens, so south, north and western. So he never sort of let down his devotees on the food front or any other front for that matter. But because we are now thinking in terms of providing prasadam for during the time of lunch. So we are also now thinking of putting up a new canteen building, fairly good, nice building, which will take care of the pilgrim's interest, the devotee's interest during breakfast and snacks, tea, coffee, and dinner time, etc. So there'll be one which is exclusively for providing free food during lunchtime as a prasadam. The other people can go and buy, as usual, the coupons and things like that, and take what they want. So some upgradation, of the infrastructure facilities within the ashram will be required, and I think they will be met in the course of this year and the coming year. So, and then if there is any need for anything more to be done, also will have to be looked into. Now, if overseas devotees want to come, let us say from each zone, as a group, and then they would like to have some facilities, including time to be spent on discussions, reflections on Swami's life and teachings. Some provision has to be made for that also. So some of these things, as they emerge as needs of the place, the Central Trust will take up and certainly will provide all such facilities which will enable the devotees of Bhagwan to have a very memorable experience within the ashram.
And one of the groups in the ashram which contributes to its running on a daily basis is this huge group of Sevadals, and that has continued even after Bhagwan left his physical frame, and that is again something very heartening, and I understand there are a lot of facilities also being done to make their stay comfortable.
Yes, one of the things we're thinking is to sort of again improve the building which is meant for them, for their stay, and even the food, etc., which is to be sort of, as part of our looking after them for all the selfless service they render. So that is a very important aspect of our organization. And that also will be looked after. As I said, the existing infrastructure has been good, but in view of some changing perceptions and changing needs, we'll have to provide for something by way of upgrading these facilities. That will be an ongoing effort.
And what is really very, very heart-filling is you see the crowds on any major festival. You see Sai Kulwant Hall full, and especially during Christmas you find Prasanthi fully overflowing with devotees. It only goes to show, as you mentioned last time, Swami's ability to create relationship with people is just not limited to his physical frame, and that is something so welcome.
As years go by, we do not know in what manner Swami will really touch the hearts of many people in this country and overseas, and who will come to this place seeking that connection with Swami. So as and when there is an increase in the number of people visiting, the organization here must really gear itself up to providing amenities to all the devotees who come here. And that will be a part of the continuing obligations of the trust in the organization.
There are so many initiatives of the trust and in various dimensions. If I were to ask you personally, which are a few things which are projects which you would really want them to see reach their conclusion, you would really want them to see their fulfillment, and which will give you a great sense of fulfillment to see materialize these projects? Are there anything like that which are very close to you, which you wish that you want to see them complete in front of your eyes?
I think we need to really have let us say Radio Sai, or the work that is associated with that, to be a very effective vehicle of carrying the message of Swami all over the world. It is one thing to do something for people who come here, but there is also an obligation on the part of institutes associated with us to carry the message of Swami to all parts of the globe, and to be a very effective means of carrying the message of Swami. And I do hope that we do enlarge the scope of Radio Sai, and to really make it as a professional arm of the Central Trust to disseminate knowledge and awareness of Bhagwan and his teachings. So that's the most difficult part of it. Anything to add some equipment to the hospital or put up a building to the research center, it's concrete, it can be done. But what has to be done over a long period is to really build a team which understands the importance of reaching out to people and their hearts through the message of Swami. I mean, people must be able to feel, let us say, the visible, invisible presence of God. I think it is at one level invisible, yes, but we have to make it visible through the efforts of a large number of people associated with the Swami's work. I think that will call for more effort from a larger number of people and on a consistent basis. So I'd like that, if any, to really make people's lives as happy as they would be when they come and see Swami himself.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.